Now for the question 4. So for question 4, we have the Tipbox Tool Company has two different products, and they want to compute the contribution margin and contribution margin ratio for them. So if I want to problem 4, so for the plain saw, I have the sales, which is $50 and minus variable cost, which is $35. My contribution margin will be $15. My contribution margin ratio will be 15 divided by 50. So which is 15 divided by 50. Oh no. 15 divided by 50, it's 30%. And for the Pro, our sales is $100. My variable cost is 40. My contribution margin will be $40. The CM ratio is 40, 60. 40 divided by 100, which gives me 0.4. So that's for part A. For part B, the question says the demand is for more units that the company can produce. There are only 40,000 machine hours of manufacturing capacity available. For plain saws can be produced in the same average time, 1 hour, needed to produce one professional saw. So in 1 hour, we can create 4 plain saw and 1 professional saw. So compute the contribution margin for 40,000 hours for plain saw only, or for the professional, and which product should it choose. So if we calculate that, for the plain, I will have a contribution margin of $15, and the production will be 4 multiplied by 40,000 hours that I have. 4 chain per hour and 14,000 hours gives me the total of $2,400,000 as the total value. But for the Pro, my contribution margin is much more than that, $40. My production is 1 chain per hour multiplied by 40,000 hours, 1,600,000. Based on these two numbers, we suggest to produce only because that the contribution margin of that is bigger than the professional one. Now we have to solve question 5. So for problem 5, we have a company that are producing a sub-assembly used in production of a product. The cost incurred for the sub-assembly follows as these numbers. The above per unit costs are based on 8,000 units. an outsider supplier will provide the 8,000 sub-assembly for 19 per unit, so $2 cheaper what we are doing now. So the supervisor will terminate if the sub-assembly are not produced in-house. What should the company do in this situation? So the first option is there is no other use for the facility. So it means that we stop producing those 8,000 and we are not doing anything new with the facility. So problem 5. So problem 5, again, we have to have a table that's showing what cost we are avoiding by outsourcing the company, outsourcing producing these. So we are not paying direct materials anymore. Make or purchase. So that's a $6. We are not doing a direct labor anymore. $4. We're not paying for variable factory overhead. Variable factory overhead. $1. And since the question says the supervisor will be terminated, we don't pay the salary for the supervisor. So fixed salary for avoiding is $3. And the purchase is only 19. Just 0 over here, $19. So now we have 6.14 per dollar per unit, 9 per unit. And the question says, so we should make the part, because here we should make the part and save that $5 for the profit of total of 5 multiplied by $8,000, 8,000 part, which is $40,000. In part B, everything stayed the same, except they are saying that we can make $60,000 by reusing the facility. So we have the same table here, except for this part. I will say contribution margin of other production, $60,000. Now something seems not right for us, because over here it's 60,000. So that's the total contribution margin that you have for that part. So now we have to calculate the total of the direct material that we are avoiding. So it will multiply by 8,000. Everything in this column should be multiplying by 8,000, and even this number. So now if you calculate the total cost of making the product is $112,000, and here you have 19 multiplied by 8,000, and you are making, so you have 60,000 as a profit, so you deduct that number from the cost, so you will have 19. So based on these two numbers, this time it is better to purchase rather than producing it. So that's it for this one, and the last video we'll talk about the problem 6.